Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, my name is Jannelle and we do all things curly and then some. So today is a very special day. Not only is today wash day, but today is also Olaplex Day. If you are not familiar with Olaplex, I'm gonna help you get familiar. If you're familiar with Olaplex, I'm just gonna show you how I have the most success applying the Olaplex treatment. So keep watching, we will get to that in a second. But before we do, have you slammed that subscribe button? What are you waiting for? Go slam that subscribe button, hit that bell while you are at it so you do not miss a thing. And now let's dive into Olaplex. So what is Olaplex? Well, Olaplex is a bond reconstructing treatment. So Olaplex claims that their patented technology rebuilds broken disulfide bonds in every hair type. So disulfide bonds are a protein. They make up the cortex of the hair and they are what gives your hair elasticity as well as strength. So the protein structures of the hair are kept together by the disulfide bonds in addition to the hydrogen bonds. What actually makes hair curly is the hair follicle, but what keeps it in its shape is the disulfide bonds. So if those bonds are broken, you lose your shape. Are you catching on? It is hard to break these bonds because disulfide bonds are the strongest naturally occurring bond in nature. But they do break. Doing chemical processes like a straightener or perming actually alters the disulfide bonds, which is one of the reasons why so many curlies, if you've had chemical treatments, it takes a long time to come back. But you can also damage it through color treating the hair, heat, sometimes even brushing your hair. That is where the Olaplex comes in, to rebuild those broken bonds. So I know you're thinking like, why is today wash day? Because I just look so lovely. I am actually kind of digging today's hair, but I've been seeing a little bit of breakage around this time of year in the summer in Las Vegas. Between the heat, the weather change, the hard water, I just struggle just a bit. Plus I'm also due for a trim. I'm going in about 2 weeks, but in the meantime, I'm gonna help strengthen things up. I don't really have a system as to when I do Olaplex. Olaplex itself is kind of costly and the bottle only offers like 2 to 3 treatments max. It's wonderful and worth it, but where my hair is pretty healthy overall, I only tend to grab it when I need it, which ends up being a few times a year. Olaplex does advise that if your hair is damaged, you can use this as often as weekly. And when I was first jumping back in my curly hair journey and recovering from bleach damage, I was using it more often. Not weekly, but probably about twice a month. I have used Olaplex quite a few times and I have tried applying it quite a few different ways, and today I'm going to show you my favorite and what has worked best for me. Not only for my hair, but also it just flows the best with my normal routine. And that process actually takes place in the shower. We're gonna head to the shower in just a second, but before we do, 2 things. This is not sponsored, I paid for this bottle. Number 2, Olaplex does contain aloe, which ultimately is a protein. So if you have not tried this already, before doing so, please make sure you are familiar with how your hair best responds to protein. I will see you in the shower. So I got my hair wet without you. So on the bottle, Olaplex advises to apply to damp, unwashed hair. Although through experience and learning through others, I've learned that it is best to ensure that you are applying to build up free hair. So I did just clarify within the last 2 washes, and as I was getting my hair wet, I made sure to really massage my scalp and my strands so that I was really making sure to loosen up anything that maybe by chance was hanging onto my strands. So now we're gonna apply the Olaplex. So I brought just a couple little small hair clips with me. I'm not gonna go crazy with the sectioning, but I really wanna make sure and get this bottom layer, particularly these hairs around my ears, because they are seeing the absolute most damage. So, get it open. So we're just gonna take a bit I'm gonna start here. And you really want to make sure that the hair is coated. And so now I'm just twisting. This will also ensure that all of the strands are coated, and it does help encourage the curl pattern. So for those of you that have been asking for ways to tighten up your curl, this is a wonderful way. So not only do I like to twist strands around each other, but I also like to, once they've been twisted, kind of finger coil them as well, just to get them extra tight. Because I do have a looser curl pattern, so that they're not naturally going to hold in place. These front pieces are definitely where I experience more damage. Front pieces and ends are touching, can cause those problems as well. So that's where I'm going to focus more of the product. So something I've learned over time is that all of my curls go in a similar direction. And how I learned that is actually through twisting, because I used to twist. Let me show you. Do you see how that wants to come undone? It's because I twisted it in the opposite direction of my curl. So do not be afraid if when you do your twist, if they start to come undone, twist the opposite direction so that you're going with your curl. Also, don't be afraid to rake it up so that you're always pushing your hair in the direction of where you would want volume. Don't worry if you missed a few strands, just finger coil them individually. So that's it for the application. Olaplex advises to leave this on the hair for at least 10 minutes, best results about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, then I'm going to rinse it out, then I'm going to cleanse. This must be cleansed out of your hair. It is not designed to be a leave-in. It was designed to be washed out of your hair. So shampoo, co-wash, whatever it is, but cleanse it out of your hair and then follow up with either your favorite conditioner or deep conditioner. Today, I plan on deep conditioning. So I'm gonna follow up with you all once I'm done. Dry, styled, completely done, so that you can see my results. I will see you all in a bit. And I'm back. And my hair is completely dry and styled. Look at all of these curls. So to say that Olaplex is like a miracle worker is an understatement, but I wanna highlight this curl. Two pieces by my ears were my biggest concerns. And this side especially was not curling, it was laying straight, and look at how well it bounced back. Got that little barrel right back in it. Let's have a look around. So to say that I'm happy with the results is an understatement. These are pretty consistent results that I see after using Olaplex. I just definitely see more like curl formation, and the curls that were feeling like really dry and brittle, and I definitely could feel like some breakage on them, do not feel that way now. So there you have it, success with Olaplex. Whether you have severely damaged hair and need to bring it back to life, whether you have pretty healthy hair but just have a few areas that are experiencing damage, and even just for preventative, it's totally an amazing product, and there's nothing out there like it on the market to rebuild your broken bonds. Yay! So again, just make sure that you understand the protein moisture balance for your hair and when you need either or. And if you're not quite sure, comment down below and I'll help work you through it so that you can hopefully have just as good a success as I do every time I use Olaplex. So thank you so much for joining me once again today. I absolutely love having you here. If it was your first time, make sure to jump on board permanently. Go slam that subscribe button, hit that bell while you are at it. I don't want you to miss a thing. My name is Jannelle, all things curly and then some, and I will see you next time.